So welcome back to my channel. This is Gamer Dom, and I had to show this one apparently because this is Belshaman, who is actually the commander-in-chief of the Havoc 2 clan. So he's my boss, sort of. So I'm joking. He's a lovely guy. So we've got Belshaman driving the VK100-01P. He's platooned up with another platoon guy in the same tank, the VK100P, and microdrive is in the T28. So the VK, did a quick review on this when I unlocked it. It's a tier 8 German heavy tank, and it's got a shed load of armour. It's basically the tier 8 that leads up to the mouse, and it plays very well. I haven't got the mouse on the main server, I've only ever played it on the test server, but it appears to play very, very similar to a mouse, but at tier 8. So brutal armour. Gun is a little bit lackluster. In fact, well, that's not true, because the mouse is far, far better now gun wise than it has frankly been overdone in terms of the buffs, in my view. Whereas this thing is not, it's kind of like the gun used to be on the mouse, if that makes sense. It's not the best, not very accurate, reasonable pen, but you need to get close in this thing. Now, the beauty of the new patch is that artillery are becoming less and less common, and you get games like this where there is no artillery. And if this was a game with artillery, he would never be able to do this. He's obviously on Fiery Salient. It's a tier 8 matchup. Everybody is tier 8. There is no artillery. Now, I've played this in the in like one of the Japanese super obese tanks and done something similar, and got no more than about 200 yards before I've been smacked repeatedly by artillery, and that's been the end of my game. But Belshaman's taking advantage of the fact there is no artillery, and he's being very, very aggressive. Not only is he heading down this side of the railway tracks, but he's now coming around the base of the hill, so anything on that hill is toast. And look at that, first shot, beautiful, into the side of the Super Pershing. Super Pershing, mate, your best armour is the front, not the side. Anyway, first shot. His team are losing though, it's 3-0. There's the Carnarvon further forward. Can he get a shot on the Carnarvon? Where he is, obviously behind the building. There we go. Nice shot. 375 damage is a nice roll. It's still his team are being creamed. It's 5-0 to the enemy team. It's always a great feeling when you get into a game and you've only just fired your first shot and half of your team's, well, a third of your team is dead. Anyway, you can only do what you can do. They're not really being helped because nobody's pushing down off the hill. They're all sort of sitting there taking the opportunity to fire all the stuff that's down there, and there appears to only be this Super Pershing up on the hill, aiming for the, oof, lovely. Now, I don't know whether he appeared to be aiming for the machine gun port on the Super Pershing. I don't think he hit it, but because the Super Pershing was heading forward, it made the armour much worse, and the shell went straight through the frontal plate by the look of it. He can't afford to do anything until that Super Pershing is taken out. The moment he moves forward, Super Pershing will be on him and take his flank out, and it finally looks like the WZ's moving forward. Could really be do with Stamper moving forward as well. Oh, look at that, the Super Pershing's put his side out, and this time he blocks the shot. There you go, kiss of death from me. I tell him not to put his side out, and he goes the side out this time and blocks the shot. But the Super Pershing's got very limited chance of penning this big ass German thing. But he doesn't really need to. He just needs to keep him here, because at the moment this, Belshaman's team is absolutely folding. It's 6-1. To be fair, the guys on the hill do appear to be firing down into the middle area, but I think Belshaman would really appreciate if somebody would poke down and help him take out the Super Pershing. Then he could actually move forward. There's a pair of Super Pershings on the enemy team that are firing out. And they are dying over there. They are slowly but surely dying. Well, apart from that one is virtually full health. There's our friend in the Super Persians reappeared. And he's disappeared again. This is a slow burner, this game, but trust me, it gets exciting. Right, there's the Super Pershing. Side on again, takes him down. Beautiful. Right, we can now move. That's all he needed, the opportunity to move. It's bouncing shell. There's another Super Pershing out there, is there? Wow, how many Super Pershing on the enemy team? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5. Wow, and it's over there as well. So he thought for a minute he could roll forward, and he could have done. Oh, I went for the wrong antenna there. I must confess I use quite a bit of HE on this thing because I find this gun is just not as accurate as he's making it look. But in terms of the armour, I mean, it's just brutal. Look at that. It's blocked 1190 damage already. There's the Super Persian, wants to come back out, but he misses him this time. It looks like his platoon buddy is pushing down. Yep, it does indeed. They're coming down the hill. Oof, Super Persian gets absolutely smacked, but Scorpion, who must be sitting at the back, takes out. Oh no, that's on the other flank. Sorry, my bad. Scorpion's on the other flank. Oh, Dom, you're an idiot. Okay, it's 5 plays 9. They've secured this side of the map by the look of it. He's moving on this Carnarvon, but this guy just hasn't got a hope in hell. Puts him on fire. Has he got a fire extinguisher? Yes, he does, but only when he got down to 50 health. There's another Super Pershing out there, and that Belshaman's second kill. So 7 plays 9. They're on the return, that's for sure. Pushing forward. The last one of those Super Pershings out there. (911). It's definitely come back round, and it's certainly helped the team considerably, having no artillery against them. Everyone moans about artillery. Look at that. Oof. Right into the Super Pershings. That seemed to hit the gun mantle, but did a heck of a lot of damage. Can he finish him off? He's only on 100 health, but he can't really afford to push up too hard because there we go. The rain takes him down. Right, there's a pair of IS-6s. They ain't no match for a VK 100P. These are going to get eaten. These guys are going to get but there's a whole different proposition. The Scorpion G is a little bit more problematic, so he needs to finish these guys off. Not easy to pen a IS-6 from the on the front there like that. Need really the lower plate. He's eyeing up to his left nervously because he's worried about where that Scorpion G has gone, because that's the... Never gonna pen that one, buddy. IS-6 will eat that shell every day. Scorpion's there. Oh, it's a shame. Would have had a nice shell. The reload on this, 12.9 seconds for his crew. It's a pretty slow reload for a big gun. Someone's hitting the Scorpion, so he's pulled back down, which is great for Belshaman. Where's the IS-6? There we go, IS-6. Will tracked him only. Couldn't reload before the IS-6 was able to repair his tracks and pull back. It's 10 plays 12, so it's still very, very close. Especially as those 3 IS-6s are not in the best spot. But it is now just Belshaman and Stamper left in the VKs. That's all that's left. But it is only 2 plays 4 now, because Stamper's just taken out the Scorpion, and the Scorpion was the big threat for them. Oh, IS-6. Lovely delay on using that shell, Belcher, and he waited and waited and waited until there was a perfect shot, and just as the I6 thought, right, I've got you, he popped out and bang, thank you very much, good night. Can he get the other I6? Look at that, lovely shot again, fourth kill. And suddenly it's all even, and personally, I mean, look at Belsham, he's on pretty much full health. In fact, he is on full health. What am I talking about? Pretty much full health. I fancy his chances here, don't you? This I6, well, manages to pen him under the lower plate. I think that's the danger of coming over the hill here. He's shown his lower plate to that I6. He's realised that. He's pulled back and that one bounces. I6, you're really going to sit there? Yeah, he decided a bit late to start moving, and now he's history. Now he is history. Belsham can push forward. Another wasted shot from the I6, who is trying to get away. You can see trees going down as he mad scrambles to get away. He is quicker than Belsham. Where has the IS6 gone? He's a lot quicker. He's probably got a long way away by now. The VK is a pretty slow beastie, but then what do you expect with all the armour it's got on it? Stamper put down the VK40 VK 4204, so that's great, because I think he would have been nervous about taking on that medium. It's a good tank and it could have got around the side, but clearly didn't make it. Belsham manages to bounce a shell, firing at the turret of the I6. Thought that would have gone through myself, but that's what I find with this gun. Sometimes it just doesn't behave. Can he get the winning kill? Yes, he can. Absolute belter from Belcher. So not only was that a high caliber, it was also an ace tanker in the VK100-01P. He got bruiser, he got shellproof, fighter, and fire for effect. Finished up top of the team on base XP, 5,305 damage, 5 kills, 1,570 base XP. Absolutely outstanding. Stamper came in second, 3,500 damage, 3 kills for 1,200 base XP. And even Microdrive, who was trying to hold an open flank against a lot of tanks, did very well as well. Nearly 2,000 damage, 1 kill, 706 base XP. So the platoon really did their job. Really did their job. And you can see this guy was using the cheat. You can tell he was using the cheat because look, he's in a platoon on his own. So that was a phase where you could set yourself up in a platoon on your own and you got top tier automatically, or 90% of the time you were top tier. Unfortunately for this guy, he was top tier, but he was also bottom tier because everything was tier 8. So Belsham fired 22 shots, he hit with 20, penned with 14 for that 5,000 damage. He took a whacking 11 shots, but only one penetrated him, and that was that one, if you remember, as he came over the rail track, tried to push on the I6, he showed his lower plate and the I6 was able to pen him. Up to that point he blocked everything. 2,800 blocked, sorry. 77,000 credits, didn't use any very much premium at all, so came out with 50,000 profit, very nice. And nearly 5,000 experience for his ×2. Really good result. So VK100-01P, I kind of like it in a sort of sadistic way. The gun is very, very variable, but that armor is just brutally fun. And when you get a game like that with no artillery in it, and you're top tier, yummy, yummy, yummy is all I can say. So, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Enjoy your games, have fun. Remember, it is just a game and try not to take it too seriously. This is GamerDom, signing out.